Okay, here's another little hint for when you get one of these new skis that's got a factory grind on the edge and that's not good, which leaves you a gouge at the tip and the tail, especially near the contact points. It seems to be where that ends up. On this ski here tip, we had a nice gouge right here. Okay, now I was working the file this direction and you come to it and there's the gouge. Eventually this comes down. Well, at the factory they ground a lot of this off to here, but once you get past this gouge, that's where they stopped grinding this so much. So this, from the gouge to the tip, to get the gouge out, you've got to really take down the tip portion to meet this, to come down to that level. So it's only this little bit of the tip and the tail of the ski often that need a lot of extra filing initially to set an edge. So I'm still seeing the gouge right here at the tip a little bit, and I don't like it. And I don't want to work any more of this down yet, and because what's happening is, anyway, this part's higher because, like I say, it's not been ground as much from the get-go, from the factory. So I'm working that just past the gouge, trying to make sure I got good contact in there with the file. Now I'm still getting a little bit of material there, so I keep the planer handy. I'm going to come back again. Sometimes you got to do this a few times. You got to take that planer back, hit it again. When you're initially setting a ski edge, you may need to take a considerable amount of material off, and in order to get it right. So as you work this edge down, I guess that may depend on what kind of base beveler you're using or something. You may want to cut anyway. You're going to need to come back and redo that like you just saw me do. We had the gouge here. I'm only working the tip of the ski right now. I'm trying to bring this down to the level of the gouge more, and the entire rest of the edge, actually. That's what it amounts to. That's getting better. Okay, now we're going to come across the whole thing. Now I can really feel I'm into plastic, or my file's getting cloggy here. This one's pretty good. You can tell by the sound of it. It's okay, it's working past the gouge right now, and that's where I want it. Right there, now we're getting there. Oh yeah. You can feel it cut. Filed enough and whatnot, you feel it. You know, it comes through your fingertips, just like driving in the seat of your pants. It's like the way you feel the snow under your feet and your edges. You know, it's all tactile. It's visual, it's tactile, and it's auditory. It's all those things. Okay, just wanted to show you that little hint where up here you're going to file it way more in order to get the gouge out that you find. Down here you may have that same gouge, so at this tail portion you're going to really work it up good. Well, I guess you couldn't even see me, but okay. Same thing on the tail. Okay, finished doing all this work on the sides of the skis as far as filing the side edges, and I'm happy there. Now, even though the tool ejects a majority of, shavings out the other side of the ski, it's clear to see that there's, little particles and whatnot here in the base, okay, from doing that work. So before I start my base beveling, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and take a wire brush, okay, and I'm going to wire brush that puppy off. But now I realized I didn't vacuum this out, so I've got to do that first.